The Grand Priest, the father of all of the angels and one of the most powerful characters in Dragon Ball history. We first learn about him during the lead up to the Tournament of Power, where it's revealed that he is one of the 5 strongest beings in the entire multiverse and holds the position of guide and overseer to every angel in existence, with the angels themselves being the strongest beings within their respective universes, and for Universe 7, this would be Whis. Even from his introduction, Whis is far above everyone in Dragon Ball Z, which would include Frieza, Cell, and Majin Buu, who each have statements of being able to destroy the entire universe, with Cell himself being stated to have infinite strength, and Majin Buu being able to collapse the entire universe with alternate dimensions. However, within just the first arc of Super, the living universe is the least of their problems, as the entire Universe 7 macrocosm is going to be destroyed by 2 fists clashing. Super Saiyan God Goku and Beerus having their battle of gods was threatening the entire Dragon Ball macrocosm, with this housing 7 different spacetimes and each one having their own dimensions within them, with the living world being stated multiple times to be infinite in size and the afterlife having statements of being transcendental to higher dimensions that cannot be perceived from the living world, and it was even stated in the Super Exciting Guide to have no concept of space and time, with this going even further, as in the 2013 V-Jump issue, it was stated that Super Saiyan God Goku and Beerus were having a super dimensional battle, with this having 2 different interpretations, as the Dragon Ball afterlife could simply be dimensionally higher than realms that are far beyond the comprehension of the living universe, or at least 6-dimensional, or the other interpretation that the afterlife is beyond all dimensions, all concepts of space and time, rendering it outerversal. And Goku and Beerus are able to destroy all of this, but both of them would pale in comparison to Whis, who would pale in comparison to the Grand Priest, as we literally see Whis being able to one-shot Beerus, and in the manga he was able to stop him and Champa from destroying both universes 6 and 7. Whis himself has some pretty impressive abilities, and in turn would come from his father, and the Grand Priest would be able to perform them at an even greater level. For example, in the Resurrection F Saga, Frieza decided to destroy the entire planet instead of accepting defeat, and Whis was able to reverse time back 1 minute to give Goku the opportunity to save everyone, and of course he does. Goku at this point would be millions of times stronger than he was in the previous arc, as he was able to retain the Super Saiyan God powers into his base form. The Grand Priest's son would also have the ability to create matter using his staff and communicate with anyone in the entire multiverse, and can even send people to different dimensions, which is actually something we see the Grand Priest do, but we'll get into that a bit later. Speaking of abilities, the Grand Priest has the ability of Ultra Instinct, which he's passed down to all of his children, with this technique being so difficult to learn that not even Beerus himself has mastered the ability to disconnect his mind and body, fighting on instinct alone. As Whis explains to Goku and Vegeta that once one has mastered this ability, no danger will ever come to them, no matter how dangerous it is. Nearing the time of the Tournament of Power, the Grand Priest informs all of the universes that Zeno wants to hold the tournament, where 10 fighters from the weakest universes will be put into a single arena to fight out who will live and who will die. What gets ridiculous is that the Grand Priest was actually able to create the entire infinite world of void within the palm of his hand, with this realm being stated to be infinite in size and would be implied to be more durable than the macrocosms themselves, as these characters are millions of times stronger and can simply blink them away, but they are unable to do the same to this void and can fight at full strength. Goku, within the Tournament of Power, choosing to live rather than die, falls into his spirit bomb and is able to unlock the technique of the angels as the first mortal to use Ultra Instinct. Goku, simply by existing, is able to shake the entire infinite world of void and ultimately masters the technique, making all of the gods stand up in admiration as the Grand Priest watches a mortal achieve what nobody else has done in 45 minutes. But of course, absolutely none of this is even close to the Grand Priest himself. Goku at this point would be even stronger than Infinite Zamasu, who merged with Trunks' entire timeline, past, present, and future, and entering into the events of the manga. And after the Broly movie, Goku, in order to defeat Moro the Planet Eater, trains with Whis' brother Beerus, who is an angel in training, and Whis even warns him about the Grand Priest finding out. Beerus himself is able to deal the most damage to Moro, shattering his crystals in his hand and his head, and after his death, Goku is able to perfect Ultra Instinct to the point where he can use it on command, with Moro literally becoming the planet itself to be able to control all of the angelic power that he has coursing through his body, with the Grand Priest's son being able to block his punch with just a single finger, with Moro at this point being stronger than Broly by far, as Whis states that Goku and Vegeta were the strongest fighters in the universe at the start of the arc, and Broly clashing with Gogeta literally shattered reality, with it being described as a super dimensional battle once again, and a character massively stronger than both of them is getting his punches stopped by one finger by the Grand Priest's son. After these events, Whis teaches Goku to be able to use Ultra Instinct in his base form and even takes on Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku himself, and Goku gets completely destroyed without any effort. Whis comments that Goku's control over Ultra Instinct is still in its beginning stages, as Whis himself admits his control over Ultra Instinct is still below the Grand Priest. Beerus himself still being far below Whis, even though he was able to use Ultra Instinct and hold his own against all of the gods of destruction all at once, and taught Vegeta a technique that allowed him to surpass Goku's Ultra Instinct, as Goku was caught off guard by Granola and one-shotted out of Ultra Instinct, and Vegeta was able to completely bully him, making Granola believe that Vegeta was stronger than Frieza, which to his knowledge was the most powerful fighter in the entire universe, and technically he was correct, but he didn't know that. In terms of speed, Whis himself is stated to be the fastest being in the entirety of Universe 7, and this would apply to every angel across the entire multiverse. But all of the angels completely concede to their father, believing that they're not even close to his level of speed. Even within the events of the Buu saga in Dragon Ball Z, Goku is able to traverse through hell, which is stated to be infinite in size, granting him infinite speed, as it's defined as crossing an infinite distance in any finite amount of time. Even more impressive is that Whis was able to react to Gogeta using instant transmission, with no character in the entire series being able to track instant transmission, as it was stated to send the user to a place that transcends time itself, which is why it's so effective, because it's not simply moving instantaneously, the user is literally in an entire different dimension and reappears instantly, and at this point in the story, not even the angels have come close to the Grand Priest's strength. Overall, the Grand Priest would scale from complex multiversal to outerversal with infinite to irrelevant speed. And this definitely isn't the Grand Priest's full strength, but this is the power that he decided to show us, because we have yet to see even the angels try at anything. So try not to fight against this being, because he's already won. You know it's bad when the strongest in the universe gets looked down on like a son. What's up guys, it's Divine. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload. And if you want to sponsor a video just like this one, I have my Cash App linked in the description where you can sponsor your very own video. And make sure you guys go join the Discord where you can hang out with me and Kazi and we can teach you how to make content just like this. But let me know down in the comments what you guys thought of this video and how strong do you think the Grand Priest truly is? And which characters would you guys like to see me do next? And let me know down in the comments, out of the countless characters that you know, who can defeat the father of all of the angels, the Grand Priest.